The first century Anno Domini was basically the historical equivalent of someone hitting shuffle on world events and accidentally leaving the volume unmixed. From the overly dramatic Roman Empire, the original "we own everything, so we're bored" power flexers, to China's Han Dynasty trying to hold it together like a straight A student in a group project. And of course, the sudden appearance of Christianity, which started as one guy teaching kindness and somehow turned into 2,000 years of everyone arguing about it. This century was pure cinematic chaos. The rise of Christianity. A man named Jesus of Nazareth showed up preaching peace, love, and maybe don't be awful to each other. Which of course causes absolute panic. After his execution, his followers go full-time marketing department. And then Christianity spreads like the world's first multi-level spiritual sales network. The expansion of the Roman Empire. Rome at this point is like, land, yeah, that's ours. Culture, roads, your taxes, very ours. They keep conquering everyone they can find, stopping only when Germans in the forest remind them that sometimes Mother Nature prefers chaos mode. Also, they build cool stadiums where people fight to the death, which really says a lot about their entertainment standards. The dominance of the Han Dynasty. The Han Dynasty is holding study sessions, doing censuses, building bureaucracies, and basically being that one overachiever who actually uses a planner. But even they can't catch a break, because there's always somebody somewhere starting a rebellion like it's a seasonal activity. So yes, the first century was dramatic, loud, world-changing, and honestly, exhausting. Now let's walk through the timeline of events that shaped this historical fever dream. Lions vanished from Western Europe. Apparently humans took one look and said, "Wow, what a majesty creature. Let's definitely get rid of it." So, nature zero, humans still ruining everything. China does a census so accurate that modern governments are still like, yeah, we can do that. Meanwhile, half of Rome doesn't even know what day it is. Rome performs a census in Judea. Translation: "Hi, we're going to count you so we can tax you more efficiently. You're welcome." Rome sends 3 legions into a forest in Germania. The forest and the Germans respond with, "Absolutely not." Rome loses everything. And Empire was like, "Maybe we don't go there again." Augustus Caesar dies after 4 years of ruling. The empire collectively sighs in relief and terror because the sequel Emperor series is not great. The Han Dynasty gets restored like someone hit the undo button on Chinese political chaos. Emperor Guangwu basically says, "Everybody calm down, we are doing civilization again." Buddhism starts spreading across China. This is the historical equivalent of someone showing up and saying, "Hey everyone, have you tried inner peace?" And China is like, "Oh, interesting." Jesus begins his public ministry, kindly suggesting that maybe we try compassion. World leaders were confused and deeply alarmed. Jesus is crucified, proving that telling people to love each other is somehow the most controversial thing you can do. Paul the Apostle has the mother of all character development arcs, goes from extremely not into Christianity to full-time historical influencer writing letters like it's his entire personality, because it is, also responsible for making Christ the official title. Marketing team, a light. The Trung Sisters in Vietnam say, "We're done with this colonizer nonsense," and lead a rebellion against China. Rome actually invades Britain this time. They found Londinium, which is basically ancient London, with worse plumbing and more yelling in Latin. Emperor Caligula, running low on sanity and hobbies, decides to invade Britain, then changes his mind and declares war on the ocean. His soldiers throw spears into the waves. Poseidon remained unimpressed. Buddhist monks in Sri Lanka write down Buddha's teachings, which is great because relying on memory in this century was like relying on Wi-Fi in a cave. The Kushans, which was Indo-European nomadic people, show up in Central Asia like, basically, we run Central Asia from today. Smash the like button and subscribe to the channel. And don't forget to send this video to your friends. The Kingdom of Yunnan appears in Cambodia. No one is sure how, but it's there. Tacitus notices the Swedes, who at this time were just people quietly living in the snow and judging the rest of Europe. The Council of Jerusalem takes place, ere the Christians gather to decide, so what are the rules here? The world's first committee meeting about religion, thus beginning the tradition of religious debates lasting forever. In China, under emperors Ming and Zhang, everything is chill. The Han Dynasty enters a golden age, while Rome is basically on fire both literally and politically. Queen Boudicca in Britain says, "Rome, get out of my house," and launches a massive rebellion. She almost wins. Rome panics and says, okay, we're tough, but maybe not that much tough. Rome catches fire, not metaphorically, seriously. Afterward, Christians become convenient blame targets because nothing says stable government like scapegoating minorities during a crisis. You know what I'm talking about, don't you? The First Jewish-Roman War begins. Rome says, "Please stop revolting, we just want peace." And Judea replies, "Whoa, maybe stop ruling over us, and we'll consider it." The result? The destruction of many Jewish cities, including Jerusalem and its temple, population displacement, land seized for Roman military use, and the obliteration of Jewish governance. The Saka calendar begins because timekeeping is hard and everyone wanted their own system. Mount Vesuvius wakes up and chooses complete destruction. In an ordinary day, Pompeii woke up and said, "What a nice day it's today." And Vesuvius, in return, said, "About that, I'm about to bury you under a thick layer of ash and pumice, freezing your city and your lives in time forever." And he did it. The Colosseum is completed. Finally, a stadium dedicated to entertainment through violence. Rome invents sports, but forgot the part where the players are supposed to survive. The Council of Jamnia makes a firm decision. Followers of Jesus are officially not part of Judaism anymore. Religious identity update patch completed. The box begins replacing scrolls. Humanity collectively decides that turning pages is easier than rolling paper like a burrito to find paragraph 4. So yeah, this entire century was about people rebelling, empires overreacting, fires happening for no reason, and everyone arguing about religion, territory, and whose calendar is better. Welcome to Historical Damage. A mess, but actually entertaining.